Are you all ready? Yeah?
Yep.
So starting off with maybe the most important question. Who took the longest to get ready this morning?
Oh.
Guys, it was actually
Chrissy.
me.
Do you think it was me?
Yeah.
Listen,
I had to wait for her, so maybe.
it was the new hair. Sorry, but I think it's so nice. Like,
Spicy.
it's a little bit different, but we went with something new. So yeah, me probably.
I feel like it's very Ariana Grande. It looks good.
Okay, thank you. Next, let's go.
Yeah, literally.
Smooth.
So this is for Danielle. So what are the challenges you faced on your fitness journey, and how have you overcome them?
Oh, so many. I think if I had to narrow it down to the main challenge that I faced daily, it was how in the beginning of my fitness journey, I really felt like I was so hyper-focused on the scale, and I was so hyper-focused on associating my success with being small and being the leanest, tiniest, skinniest version of myself. I felt like that's what success was. And, you know, when you have a larger frame, naturally, you're a taller girl.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! 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 You know, like you're working so hard every day and you're fighting your genetics, and it can get really demoralizing. It can get really tough, and you can get in your head and think about, why am I even doing this? Like, what's the point? But I had to work really hard to change that mindset, and you know, it's one of those things where you have to really work hard to shift what success looks like, and shift from everything you're trying to lose to everything that you stand to gain through fitness, whether that's strength, power, confidence, mental toughness. Like that mindset, it's not going to change. Changing your mindset doesn't change your reality, but changing your mindset changes you and your ability to persevere through those challenges. So,
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like a lot
Amen.
of us can relate to that, and it's so important that you went through that. So thank you so much.
yeah, anytime.
So Melissa, it'd be great to hear what tips you have for people to stay consistent within fitness journeys, and yours specifically.
So I'm going to start with a motto, and then we're going to break it down. So we want to plan to succeed, plan to modify, and plan to fail. So the main thing is breaking it down. So we want to book our workouts ahead of time like we would our doctor's appointments. We need to make our health and fitness important to us. It has to mean something to us. When we do that, when we make a commitment to ourselves, we're less likely to break that commitment. But along the same lines, we want to build it into a habit. We get up, we brush our teeth. We go to bed, we brush our teeth. We don't always want to brush our teeth, but we do it because we know it's good for us. So like movement is, we do it. We want to build a habit around it. But then we need to modify and adjust because life happens. You get sick, family events happen, and we need to modify and adjust and not beat ourselves up if we can't get it fully done. And then the failing is where we grow. Like that's where we exceed. So if we don't reach our fitness goal or whatever it is when we want to, that's okay. We do not stop. You keep going. And then the last thing is the main thing. Comparison is a thief of joy. So you are strong, you are resilient, you are powerful, you are capable. Do not compare your fitness journey to someone else because that will steal your joy, and you deserve to be the best version of yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get it!
So,
Woo!
Like a Miss America
Yeah, go.
competition. I love
Here we
it.
go.
So Emily, it'd be good to hear, you know, with people who are struggling with body confidence issues, how can they get over that? And is that something that you've, felt yourself?
Yes, I could literally talk about this all day, guys. So for like as long as I can remember, when I think about my late teens to my early 20s, I struggled so terribly with my body confidence. I had severe body dysmorphia, and I avoided mirrors. I felt like I had to hide all the time. I would cake myself in makeup. I'd wear layers and layers of fake tan, and I backcombed my hair till it was literally up here. And everybody thought I was the most confident girl in the world, but I was hiding. Like, that was my comfort blanket. And I was training to be a professional dancer, which didn't help, because anybody who's in that industry knows how competitive it is and how toxic it can be. It's so hugely focused on aesthetics, and I was told, you don't look like a dancer. You'll never be a dancer. And I believed that. And then I went away to dance training and I was punishing my body. We've probably all been there. I hate running. Sorry, Melissa, maybe one day you can change my mind.
Okay.
But I was running and punishing my body, and I was training in New York and I didn't look like the other dancers. Then I walked into a bar class thinking it was like a ballet class, and I thought, I can dance. This is like a dance class. And it was crazy. Like, who just did my class and knows what I'm talking about? Yeah, exactly. It's like nothing else. And I was like, what is going on? And I connected with it in a way that I've never connected with fitness. And it was like an epiphany. Fitness doesn't have to be a chore. It can be so empowering. It can feel so amazing. And it was the beat and the vibes. I was like, oh, I don't give a crap about what I look like in the mirror. I feel so strong. Like, what is this feeling? And then it just spurred this like need to share it with the world. So that's why we're here today. Yeah, for me, in a nutshell, do it to feel good. Anyone struggling right now, you're so much more than this. You're so much more than this shell. It goes way deeper. Do it to feel strong, to feel empowered. Do it for the love of it. Your body is a friggin' miracle. And when you move with that mindset, it changes everything.
Thank you so much for that. That was so motivational, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And Jen, do you feel like yoga has helped improve your mental health as well?
Yeah, so I was actually saying to a couple of the girls before, when I was at university, I struggled so bad with my mental health, like anxiety, panic attacks. I literally couldn't leave my room on some days. And then I'm literally getting emotional. Then I found yoga and it transformed my whole life. Like, I think people get into yoga sometimes because maybe it looks cool or like, oh, I need to stretch. But for sure, the reason that they come back to the mat is for the mental benefits. Like, if you practice yoga, you know what that does for your mental health. It's just like crazy. Even just learning how to breathe properly can impact your whole entire life, because our breath controls everything, like our adrenaline, our cortisol. Like, when we're having a panic attack, it literally can shut down a panic attack. It controls your whole body. So yeah, yoga literally transformed my whole mental health, and then obviously my physical health as well, because I was like, I didn't do anything. I couldn't find anything that worked for me or that like I enjoyed. And then yoga was like, oh my God, I can actually move my body and feel good while doing it. So yeah, it has transformed every single aspect of my life. I literally couldn't even express how much it has, changed my life.
You can really see how much it has impacted you. Like, you just light up and you're just very emotional with it. So yeah, I feel like I should do yoga now too. Yeah. But Summon, it'd be great to hear like how you feel as being a mum within the working out space.
So being a mom in a fitness industry or any industry, I feel like it's not a joke. It's not like a walk in the park. I'm pretty sure, like, as a mother, lots of you will agree with me that we feel guilty that we don't, give enough time to our kids. And we're not, doing enough for us. And I always feel like that. Even my kids are like back home and I'm missing them so much. We always put them first. So before I had my kids, I actually was working for an aerospace company, and I quit my job because I wanted to take care of my kids. And I said, you know what, I don't want to live a lavish life. I will take care of my kids on my own. And there's nothing wrong, don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with going back to work. Hats off to all those moms who go back to work and, and still taking care of the kids. That's a full-time job, I'm telling you. It's not easy.
See my mum? My mum's like, yes.
It's not easy. So after all my kids were gone back to school, that's when I decided, you know what, I want to start something. And I got myself into a fitness journey. I started my fitness journey after all my kids were gone back to school. And that's when I became a personal trainer. And that's how I just started and my fitness, and it just went amazing, like, honestly. So now at this moment, like, when my kids are in school, I have flexible hours. That's when I train my clients and do whatever I have to do. And at the same time, when they come back home, I'm there for them. So for me, fitness is not a chore, like Emily said. It's more of a passion, and I look forward to it. It's not like, oh my God, I have to get up in the morning and do my 9-to-5 job. It's nothing like that. I love it, and I'm passionate about it.
Thank you so much. And Chrissy, I'm sure everybody else wants to hear this too, But what does the future of Evolve You look like?
Oh. Oh, God. So for me, and I can speak on Jack's behalf as well, who I don't know where he is right now, but I'm sure he's around the corner somewhere. When we started what was then Tone and Sculpt, Mum. Brett, please put her phone on silent. But put your phone on silent. She's a riot, man. Okay, it's my dad, okay. Okay, so when me and Jack started Tone and Sculpt, we started it in his bedroom, you know? And we didn't think much of it. We started doing PDFs because I remember there was this actual mum. She was in the States, and she asked me if I was doing workout programs. At the time, I said to her, no, not really. Like, I kind of just post workout videos for myself. When I started Instagram, it was never for anything. It was never for cash. It was never for anything. No one was getting paid to post on social. It was never a thing where I want to do this to get with a brand. It was a passion. And it was also accountability. I was going to university. I was waitressing. I then started posting on Instagram because I wanted to keep myself accountable. And we started building our PDFs, which were known as Tone and Sculpt. And getting my PT qualification, getting qualified to give this advice, I didn't know where we were going to head with this. All I knew was there's clearly a need to make women feel confident whilst moving their body, but not in a bodybuilding type of way, where you have to be on stage, you have to look a certain way, you have to achieve a certain aesthetics. So that's why my passion was, if I can just maintain moving my body and growing stronger and stronger each and every single time, that to me is the biggest achievement. So how can I help other women do it? So we created the Tone and Sculpt app. We introduced women such as Danielle, Melissa, Jen, Saman, all women that you could potentially relate to in different types of movements. So it wasn't just me. So my aspiration is for you to be able to come to this community and find someone that looks like you, find someone that you like the movement to, and someone that will help you build the confidence for you to never give up. So whether that's a physical gym, whether that's, you know, more trainers, whether that's a better app and more interface, whether that's more festivals worldwide, I don't think we will ever stop. I just need to find more cash to do it all, to be honest with you. So I just hope you are patient with us. I hope you allow the brand to make mistakes and learn from them. And I hope you know that we are genuinely here for you, and we are genuinely doing this for you, and I hope you do this for yourself as well.
That was a really great answer. I'm sure we're all very excited about what's to come, because even just here today, it's incredible. So it's very, very exciting. But we have some questions from the community that couldn't be here today, unfortunately. So we've got Sarah from Glasgow, and she says, what are your gym pet peeves, Danielle?
I got a few. I mean, sometimes just make sure you pack an extra deodorant, you know?
Oh my God.
Like you gotta be respectful of the athletes around you. You can't be throwing people off mid-set. So that's one, you know? Not re-racking your weights. I don't know. And just like, one is like staring at people, making them feel awkward. Hate that. I just stare back until they look away. Yeah.
Stare
them down. Yeah.
Does anyone else have any that they want to add?
I do.
She's like, I do.
I do it. But sniffling and coughing in front, yeah.
Oh my God.
Like if
poor
you're in a
people.
gym and I'm sitting there like doing something and someone's like, I'm just like, Justin knows. I'll be like,
Oh my God, no one train at her gym. crazy,
What about the
girl.
grunting? Yeah.
I don't mind the grunting. I kind of like
Grunting,
the
I
grunting.
kind of like it, you know.
I kind of
I
like the
do it.
grunting.
I'm like, get the fuck up. One time I was squatting so heavy and the weight wasn't going up. I was like, get the fuck up. And everyone was looking at me and I was like, no, I didn't mean it.
I'm timid, really.
I'm not timid at all, babe.
I know, I'm just joking. So we've also got Chrissy from the US, and she says, Chrissy, what's the best pieces of advice you've ever received, whether it's in fitness or in your general life?
Oh, this is a good one, you know. I think the best thing I can ever tell you is that you are simply not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Like, not everyone is going to like you. And do you know how good that is? The fact that you shouldn't care that everybody likes you. You should care if you like you. Because it's not my problem that, sorry if you are called this, but Sandra, Sally, and Susie doesn't like me. You know, it's not my issue. It's not my issue if someone doesn't agree with me or the way I choose to live my life. It matters if I agree with me and I'm happy with my life. So if you're working with people that maybe don't like you, if you are growing on social and you find some hate, or your boyfriend, your mother-in-law, whatever, is giving you hate, that's on them. So just remember, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but just remember, you're your own cup of tea.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So now it's your chance to ask some questions. So if you want to ask, just pop your hand up.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be.
Ask some more.
Oh, I'm excited.
Come on.
So the first one was just here. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, this is Alondra. I'm nervous. Just a second. Chrissy, I'm such a big fan of you, all of you, but you're my daily inspiration. I just want to start with that. I'm from Mexico. I am a Latina. We flew with my friends 9 hours from Dallas. We live there just to be here. And I'm speaking for all the Latina girls. I just want to know if in the future there will be like a Spanish or other languages version in the app. I try to promote the app, and many friends has like, I want to use it, but I honestly don't speak English, right? So I just would like to know if in the future this functionality will be available.
One of the features that we want to integrate into the EvolveYou app is multilingual. So the ability to have multiple languages on the app, whether that's Spanish, French, German, Arab, just any type of language that our community is more drawn to and are able to read, able to understand. For me, having both brands, so not just speaking about EvolveYou, but speaking about both of my companies, I have said it since day one. I'm not sure if any of you remember, even like 5 years ago, I've always said I want to build brands that amplify a lot of voices. Because I just feel like, why not? Like, why are we not doing this? Why are we not having a Sikh powerlifter athlete on our active, you know? Why are we not having a potential Spanish trainer? Why are we not hiring a Mexican athlete for Honor Active? Why are we not doing things like this? So there's only one type of person, and that's Caucasian white. There isn't. There's a hell of a lot of us, and if there's anything that can prove to you today is look around you. There's every type of ethnicity and background you're going to find in this very room. So one thing that we want to do is always stay true to our value and remember we're a global community, not just a UK and US community that speak one language. So it's coming.
Amazing. So next question, just at the front here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I'm a little bit nervous as well, so.
You're good. You look good.
Oh my God, thank you. So do you. I had this question for a really long time because I always wonder. I've been watching you for a really long time, and I've seen Ollie for a really long time. I've seen Sasha and Sarah for a really long time. Hey guys, it's nice to see you. I know, like, you guys maintain this friendship, but you're their boss. How do you Like, I
I
genuinely...
feel like I could speak on this.
Yeah, no, please. Everyone speak on this? Because I'm genuinely confused. Like, how do you be a boss but also be a friend and still... Like, are you guys still friends?
Next question, please.
Do you guys like each other? What's going
Does
on?
Ellie wanna
guys?
answer?
I'm a boss, yes. Like, I'm responsible for paying people's salaries. I'm responsible for over 110 employees and counting. This isn't, like, it's not a joke. This is a brand, you know? So anything I do or anything I might say or anything I might fuck up, it's like other people are going to be affected, not just me. It's also going to be everyone here that's going to be affected, you know? Because a lot relies on me for the brands, let's be honest. If I decide to be like, do you know what, I'm going to go away for a month and not post, the brands are relying on that. So are my trainers. So I have to think about the bigger picture. It's not just me anymore. So with that in mind, how will I achieve these goals? Well, it's not just me. It's the entire team around me. So when the team is breaking their backs, when they are going above and beyond, like, these are human beings. And yes, I can be really firm and I can be really blunt at certain times and I can be cutthroat and I can sometimes be a bit snappy, well, most times, but someone has to be with respect. You still have to acknowledge these are human beings. They are working to bring your vision to life. And the person that actually reminded me of that was Jack. And he was like, you need to understand everybody is here because of your vision. Everybody's here because of your crazy dream. So be patient with people, be respectful, and have so much empathy. And also have so much fun doing it. My dream is to build a brand where people never want to leave and they love working for the brand. So whether that's a HQ that I build that has a nursery for mums, or a gym, or like even a sauna because it helps them distress. All right then, fuck it, let's do it. I'll even build you some beds so you can have an afternoon nap. But just show so much respect to people and banter, like have fun with it.
That was such a great question and an amazing answer. It's very, very inspiring, as I'm sure we all agree. But has anyone else got any amazing questions or for any specific trainers?
Okay, question I feel like a lot of people want to know the answer to is like, what actual practices do you do to believe in yourself and take yourself a step further, whether it's in career, whether it's in the gym, or just everyday life? Because I find a lot of the time people will say, oh, just believe in yourself. And it's like, that can only take you so far, faking it till you make it kind of thing. So how do you like actually implement those practices daily into your life to like move that step further and progress?
Guys, do you have any answers to it?
I have a small answer. Something, I don't know if this goes along with it, but something that I do almost every day, and then especially with like goals and stuff, and I know you guys all do too, is envisioning it already happening. Envisioning yourself, whether it's crossing that finish line before you already do, whether it's having that job before you already have it. Envision yourself in that position already and doing the deed. I don't know what, like doing the deed and getting it done, because when you envision it, you make it happen. So you need to envision yourself with your goals, because you're more likely to reach those goals and make it happen. You see your every step of the way, and then you're that much more excited and determined.
I also think for me, it was getting in the habit of doing things before I'm ready. Like when I quit my job and bet on myself to just, trust that I could do this workout thing, Instagram thing. My Instagram started by just posting on what I was doing at my classes that I taught in Chicago, just begging my friends to come, So like that was how it all started for me. I quit my job not knowing that any of this was ever in the cards or ever possible. And so I think it's hard to like say believe in yourself. It's like sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't, but I do it anyways. You got to feel the fear and do it anyways. I know that's cringe or whatever, but honestly, it's so true. Like, do it before you're ready, and that's going to be how you show up as that person before you become her. Like, that's how you get there.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like, doing something before you're ready. Like, when are you ever ready?
Right.
Like,
if you wait till you're ready,
when
you'll
are you
never
ever
move.
ready, right? You're always going to wait for something else. Something else is going to happen. And it's correct. Like, you're not always going to believe in yourself. And actually, the other day, Alice, one of my teammates at EvolveYou, was around my house, and she goes, I bet you wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah, I made it, yeah. Like, this is it, yeah. And actually, it's so funny because when I first met Brett, he was a bit like, whoa, like, bet you feel good. And I was like, no, not exactly. And I'll tell you why. Because if you genuinely think from seeing like glitz and glam and all of this sort of stuff, like you have it all, you're so mistaken. So if you're constantly going to think you're meant to feel good in the process, you're not always going to feel good. It's called consistency. Everything you do in life is consistency. It's showing up every single day, even when you don't want to, even when you've had an argument with your boyfriend, when you've had an argument with your boss, when the scales have shifted, when you and your best friend are no longer best friends. It's you showing up for yourself day in and day out and making your dream come true, because nobody else is going to do it for you. And one really important thing to also mention.
Why are you looking at me?
No, I'm not. I'm just looking at you because I can look at your eyes. You're looking at me because I look at you.
Yeah.
One really important thing to mention as well is having really good people around you. So if you find yourself like having a bad vibe around people, get rid of them. No bad vibes.
Yeah. So, next question, anyone? Should we go further
Look,
back?
now they're getting excited. Now they're going to
know.
ask questions.
Ask away.
So this one's for you, Chrissy. Some of you might know me as 16VJM on Instagram, but I'm hiding my face because, oh my God, I'm such a...
Take your time, take your time. Every woman here, like, is part of you, so don't feel awkward. Take your time.
Deep breath.
You're brave, you're good, you're good.
Deep breath, you got
That's
this.
it.
And I'm feeling like I'm getting so much hate back in Germany.
Okay, okay. Because of what you're doing, just nod along. Because of what you're doing? Because of your Instagram? And that's why you feel like you've got to hide your face?
Yeah. So I started last year, and I started showing my face like 2 months ago for the first time, and then the other people like saw it.
Yeah.
And then they continued like saying mean things.
Okay.
And I just...
It's a lot.
And I just wanted to know, how did you get along with the hate at the beginning?
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for sharing, because my mum stood up for you. Like, it's really, it's a lot to share because you feel vulnerable. Like, you're sharing your vulnerability to people you don't know. Like, these people in the room you don't know, right? And I just think you sharing that is the first step. That you being able to openly discuss something affecting you is the first step. So anyone going for anything right now, please tell someone, like, please speak to someone. Don't keep it inside. Even if you think it's small or big, talk to someone. Number 2, you don't know who these people are. They don't know who you are. They don't know your capability. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know what you're struggling with. They don't know that you just stood up in front of hundreds of people and shared your feelings and your strength. Woo! Like, remember that, okay? You need to understand that when you're doing something different, or when you're doing something that's putting you out to the public, you will experience opinions. I have had it really heavy over the dumbest things I could ever imagine. And you know what? Do you know what I say to people? You can try your hardest to bring me down. You can try and cancel me. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to come back up because you're a good person and you need to keep on doing what you want to do and forget these people. You need to keep on going, be consistent, be focused, and stop focusing on these people you don't even know. Okay?
I want to add something to that because I also think like the closer you are to your breakthrough, the more that hate is going to come, the more that pressure is going to come. So when you start to feel like it's too much, keep going. Because that next step could be the step that takes you to where you want to be. Keep going.
You got this.
I just want to add, whenever you're having sad moments, just think of all of us because we all support you, okay?
That's a nice one.
Facts.
100%.
Yeah.
And
So-
also, one more thing.
Go on, Jen.
One more thing. I always think when I get hateful comments, it says so much more about the person that shares the hate than it does about you. It's actually nothing to do with you. It's about the pain and the hate that they feel inside of them, that they feel like they need to share with you. So just remember when someone says something mean, send them love, send them compassion because they're hurting inside. Yeah. It's nothing about you.
I like that.
So any other questions? That hand was right up.
Danielle, Chrissy, I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for bringing my best friend into my life.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional. You're making me cry. We met through the Beat Your Best challenge, and she's from the Netherlands, and I did Danielle's guide, and she did Chrissy's. And we were accountability buddies, and she's visited me several times, and obviously we're here today. We've now got matching tattoos as well.
Oh my God, we don't even have matching tattoos.
We went all out. But my question, I was already speaking to Jen about this earlier, about like injuries. Obviously, Chrissy, you've been through something quite recently. How do you all bounce back from knowing where your strength maybe previously was to where you are now? I used to be able to squat 80 kilograms, and I can't do that anymore because several injuries have just knocked me back. So how do you kind of recover from those, and how do you get back to where you were to start? Well, not where you were to start with, but how do you kind of recover from that, obviously mentally and physically?
First of all, are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I've had a lot of caffeine, so I'm like shaking.
I know, I can see it. That's why I'm like, are you all right,
really
sis?
Hyper.
Yeah, like the first half of this year was a little bit rough for me. In and out of hospital, autoimmune problem, lumps in my boobs, and just overall my mind was just all over the place. And I saw myself completely go backwards. And I wish I kind of shared more of it, but a little bit of me was a little bit embarrassed. And I'll tell you why. Because I was like, oh, like I'm supposed to be this pillar for this community. And like, I feel like I can't be that pillar right now, right? And then I sat back and I thought, you know what? Like, this is part of my journey, clearly. Like, this is clearly part of my journey because everything in life does happen for a reason. For you to learn, for you to experience something, for you to actually have a breakthrough, like Danielle keeps saying, you know? There's a reason why you're feeling these things or going through these things. Number one, be patient. Be patient with your body. Number two, rest. Like, you need to actually give yourself time to recover properly and rest. And number three, you need to also understand your body's been through a lot. You know, like your body's just gone through a lot and you're putting even more pressure on yourself by thinking you've got to be where you were. Well, you were there because you were super consistent and nothing was going wrong. But now you're not there because your body's been through so much strain and stress. So give yourself a bit more grace and patience, and no, you will get back there. Actually, you'll be much stronger because you would have rested more. So take your time.
I agree. I think also too, like I personally, like not like in from an injury sense, but we all have things that come up in life, whether it is a traumatic event or something like that. I know a lot of you guys know what has happened with my dad, and when I had to take time.
You're good.
I love
You're
your dad, by the
strong.
way.
You're good.
When you have to make those changes in your life and you have to adapt to whatever event is happening at that time, like Chrissy said, you have to give yourself grace. I know that I was so hard on myself because I could feel my body changing. I wasn't training as much. My nutrition was not on point. I can see my body changing, and while I try not to pin my success on what I look like, a lot of what I do, unfortunately, depends on my image, unfortunately, and I really try hard not to associate that, but it's something, when your career depends on it, you can't get away from. So that was an even tougher mental cycle that I was going through. But I think something that, I came to the conclusion that really helped me is that different periods of your life are going to require you to live in different bodies, and that's okay. I mean, it's so true because, you wear your trauma, you wear the things that, happen to you, and that's all shaping you. It's happening for you, not to you, and while I'll never understand why the things, bad things happen in life, it makes me feel better to know that through all of that, you're building resilience, you're building perseverance, and you are going to come back from that injury, back from that loss, back from that sickness, back from that illness stronger and better and more powerful than ever.
Thank you so much for that. So we probably have time for one last quick question. Okay, we'll go to the front here. It worked.
Sorry. Okay. Hi guys. So my question is regarding the app and just whether there's going to be developments for this specific situation for women. Obviously, at some point, we're going to have children. Some of you have probably already had children. I have the vision of I don't want to stop working out when I'm pregnant, and I don't want to stop using EvolveYou app. So I'm just wondering whether there's any plans to kind of have either a trainer who's, I'd say qualified in that area to kind of give a plan for pregnant women. Yeah.
Are you a mum?
No, I want to be though.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's real soon, so like.
Oh.
That's why I'm asking.
Oh,
this is trying.
Yeah. So wait, you're pregnant?
Trying.
No, I'm not pregnant.
You're trying.
Planning, yeah.
You better get busy, girl. So where are my app developers in here or my tech team? I keep telling you time and time again to get pre and post pregnancy plans on the app. Now this is confirmed. Finally listen to me. Thank you and goodbye.
It's coming.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. So we went into a lot of deep topics today, and I'm sure we're all leaving really, truly inspired. Just remember, as they all said, you're strong, we're all in this together, and that's what this is all about, to support each other and connect with the like-minded people. So thank you for listening, and thank you to our trainers.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Give it up.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And lastly, thank you for listening.